It's me, MC of Healthy by George. I come each week to talk about ways for us to stay as healthy as possible well into our much older years. And today I want to talk about breath and the key of training ourselves to breathe through our nose and not through our mouth. So please think about subscribing. I would love to see you here each week where we can share and motivate each other to do those small steps every day to work towards staying as healthy as we possibly can into our 70s, 80s, and 90s. I know that's my goal. I hope it's yours. So please think about subscribing, liking, sharing, whatever you can do to support my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. So today I'm talking about breath, this amazing book that I read not too long ago by James Nestor. He has written this phenomenal book that really focuses on the power of nasal breathing. And why I thought that this was curious is because recently I've noticed that when I have woke up in the morning, I am mouth very dry. Sometimes I've got some saliva draining down the side of my mouth. And I'm wondering, am I mouth breathing in my sleep? So I took one very interesting thing about this book called Breath by James Nestor. You should think about taking it out and reading it. And he has a practice, and I think some people have seen this, of using a mouth tape when you go to sleep. So this is a type of mouth tape. I know it's strange, but I'll be honest. This tape has helped train me to breathe nasally and not through my mouth when I fall asleep. And I think that this is helping me sleep more. First of all, let's talk about why nasal breathing is more powerful than breathing through our mouth habitually. So, when it becomes a chronic habit to breathe through our mouth, it disrupts our body's ability to breathe and the way that we have a breathing mechanics. We don't breathe as efficiently if we breathe through our mouth. And that's why mouth breathing is not really good for us. And why is that? It bypasses our nose, which is a natural filtration for germs and dust and allergens and other microbes that can get into our lungs. So, mouth breathing really doesn't allow us to filter those things out that need to be filtered, which are irritants, and they come into our airways, and that does increase our risk to infections and allergies and potentially asthma. Also, too, when we do mouth breathing, we don't get as much oxygen as we need. Nasal breathing is much better at producing nitric oxide, which is a gas that helps us widen our blood vessels and improves the delivery of the oxygen to our tissues. Mouth breathing doesn't allow this to happen. In fact, it reduces the nitric oxide levels and it actually lowers the oxygen absorption that we get when we breathe through our mouth. And this can lead to increased fatigue and brain fog. But mouth breathing disrupts our sleep. Chronic mouth breathing often leads to snoring and sleep apnea. And see, I know I'm a snorer sometimes. So now that I'm using this mouth tape, I am definitely getting better sleep and less snoring. So if you're able to get better rest by using some of the mouth tapes out there, and I've used two types, and when you do mouth breathing, you don't sleep as well. It affects your mood, your ability to concentrate, your hormones, your balance, metabolism, everything. Sleep is really crucial for our well being, especially as we age. The other thing about mouth breathing is it alters our facial structure and our dental development, especially in children. Now, I don't know how to encourage children to not mouth breathe. I know that's a much bigger task. And you can take a look at that reading the breath book with James Nestor, and he does talk about this. And that basically, if you're a mouth breather, your face becomes longer, you have a narrower jaw, sometimes it leads to crooked teeth and other structural issues around your mouth. So that's truly interesting that you can affect your structure of your face by being a mouth breather. The other issue is that mouth breathing dries out your mouth, and this can lead to gum infections. This can lead to bad breath, tooth decay, and the ability to, you really need the saliva in your mouth to protect your gums, your teeth, to neutralize any acids, or wash away bacteria. So having a dry mouth does not help us have good dental hygiene. Finally, mouth breathing is not effective. And when you're breathing through the mouth, you get shallow breaths. They're fast and they really don't help, but they do activate the stress response in our bodies. Nasal breathing, though, activates the parasympathetics, the rest and digest state. So, breathing through our nose is a powerful way of helping ourselves calm down. I don't know if you've ever watched the Huberman Lab. He talks about this all the time. There is a quick way of helping yourself de stress by taking 2 breaths in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, like this. And that's an easy, simple task that you could do that immediately offers your body a calming sensation. I know it seems silly, but it's really true that if you train your body to nose breathe naturally, even during sleep, and I have become convinced that I'm a mouth tape person when I go to sleep, it will help you retrain your body so that you will breathe naturally through your nose. This can have a very powerful benefit. It gives you more energy. It helps you with your sleep, your mood, and basically your overall health. So think about, how are you breathing during the day? Are you breathing through your nose? Why don't you take a few days to find out if you're breathing through your nose or through your mouth? And if you do some breathing exercises early in the morning, it kind of sets you up for a very good day. I like the one that's 4, 7, and 8. I know that sounds crazy. It's 4 breaths, it's 4 beats of a breath in, it's 7 beats of a breath hold, and 8 beats of a breath exhale through the mouth. This has been a constant, wonderful practice that I've done for breathing, and I really recommend it. And recently, I did read that some Buddhist monks, that when they do the 4, 7, and 8, that during the hold, they imagine an energetic flow through their body while they're maintaining that hold. I think I'm going to try that, see what it does. But I found that very curious. So why don't you focus on, how are you breathing during the day? Are you more of a mouth breather or a nasal breather? Because I know that this definitely impacts our health and our well-being. So let's all think about how we breathe each day, and let's do it to our best, through our nose and not our mouth. So be well, my friends. We have this one beautiful life. Let's breathe through our nose and not our mouths so that we can make ourselves as healthy as we possibly can to our much older age. That's my goal. I want it to be yours as well. So please think about subscribing. I'd love to see you here each week, where we can share and motivate each other of how we can take action daily in small ways to keep a healthiest version of ourselves, becoming that way each day. That's the goal, right? How we can keep a healthier version of who we are, both mental, physical, and spiritually, long into our 80s and 90s. Be well, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. So thank you so much for joining me at Healthy by George. I hope you found the information inspiring and that it encourages you on your wellness journey. Because remember, your body, your well-being are a most precious gift, and every tiny action taken daily can make a huge difference. I hope the information here is educational purposes and is not meant to replace your medical care. See your doctor and talk about what works for you. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me continuing creating content that inspires and empowers you to live your best life. Goodbye for now, and join me again at the next Healthy by George.